Hey, alrighty. Well, listen, today's fight, the word is fight. And I just saw a picture in my mind, and the picture was this, that my dad, when I was a kid, I think I told you this a minute ago, he wanted me to be a fighter. He wanted me to be a fighter. He wanted me to fight. And I did not want to fight. I was not a fighter. I didn't like fighting. And all of a sudden, I'm kicking into my wife's mode. I'm in this kind of a dense part of the community here, and there's people everywhere. And so I heard my wife's voice, lock the doors, roll the windows up. So she grew up in El Salvador. And in El Salvador, there was a lot of burglaries and robberies and kidnappings and rapes and terrorism going on. So lock the doors. You know, she didn't grow up in suburbia. And so she still has that lock the doors mode. So I look over and I see like I don't know, there's like endless people here. There are just every 2 feet there's somebody hawking something. They've got the sidewalks littered. You can't even get through. Talk about your ADA compliant. They can't get through here with nothing. I mean, you'd have to have a pogo stick and jump over the vendors. So, but the fighting. My dad wanted me to fight this guy when I was a kid. And I'm going to take this headset off because I don't need to have this right now. And hopefully that won't affect my sound too much. So the thing is that my dad, he wanted me to be a fighter. He would fight. And football was like a fight. You're fighting to get to the goal. You're fighting to get the touchdown. And you're pushing people out of the way. And I never really put this together, but even as a football player, I was like, all right. I was a cheerleader. I was an encourager. That was me. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to hit nobody. I mean, I broke a few arms. Literally, I broke a few arms. Literally, I did. I remember hearing about it. Going, see you there. Crazy. So I broke those arms a little bit, and it was crazy. But the whole mess from 10 years ago, you know why it happened? I just came to me like a lightning bolt. Another epiphany. I didn't fight. If I had fought, rather than just sitting there, just like a little dog in the window, I was just a little dog in the window. I didn't fight. I should have hired an attorney. The minute the mother-in-law came to the beach, I should have been on the phone, and there was internet back then. I could have been on the phone, getting a hold of a lawyer's office, making emergency calls, getting on the horn, not talking to the family members at all for any reason, just talk to our lawyer. We're going to fight this thing. We're going to have a battle, and we're going to go. We're going to get this thing done. Rather than my lack of ability to fight, my lack of ability to raise a little noise, and another reason why this thing is happening now is because when this sincere but misguided person, you got the digits, so we just gotta. I'm not supposed to investigate nothing. I just gotta point. Like what? It just is so wrong. And I really regret not calling in the troops, bringing down the house, saying, look, what are you talking about here? I want the manager. I want to cancel your next appointment. We're going to have a meeting. We're going to talk about this. This is wrong. Absolutely wrong. But I didn't do any of that. I just kind of sat there and, okay, all right, all right. When I was a kid, I did not do the fight. I did not fight anybody when I was a kid. I just sat there and I just, tried to avoid conflict at all costs. Well, life has conflict. Life has times when you need to step up toe to toe, go toe to toe, do the deed, knock them out with a good argument. At least try to get something ahead. You may not always win, but you got to try. Dr. Phil in Life Code, he says, don't ever go into a fight you can't win. If you don't think you're going to win, well, don't do it. I guess that's a piece of good advice. But at the same time, you got to stick up for yourself. You have to do it. guy's got dreadlocks down to his kneecaps. It's just like, how much time does that guy spend on his hair? You know, a lot of time spent on his hair. So our identity is into his hair. Our identity is actually in our soul. And it's amazing that my daughter Bethany is such a beautiful, beautiful representation of, she's just a lot like me in so many ways. I can see it when I visit with her. She's quite a character. If you wanna have some time with Bethany, give me a call, and you can give me a call at 1-213-713-8954. That's 1-213-713-8954. Or 8954green at att.net. That's 8954green at att.net. On the Twitter, Mr. Bob at BobBob8954. And of course, you're watching Bob's Daily Devo here on YouTube. And these little pieces that are coming together. It's like the story with on the season finale of, I think it was a season finale for Bull, Michael Weatherly. This kid, a mutant kid, a man came up to him and said, if you want to buy this car, I'll sell it to you for $500. The kid said, well, that's not a bad deal. So he just bought the car, took the key, and he was driving the car like, oh, wow, I got a really nice car for $500. Amazing. Well, it turned out the guy had burned the house down and murdered the people and done evil. And so the police arrested him for the murder and for this horrible crime. And the kid had nothing to do with it. But he was going to fry. He was absolutely going to fry. But, of course, the team came through and came up and found the answer. But everybody in the whole show, including, you and I, are going, wow, maybe he did it. Maybe the boy did murder the family. Maybe he did do this. And we're just sitting there going, scratching our heads. It turned out in the end that there was a serial killer, a psychopath that was on the loose, and he was the one that had done it. Not the deaf, he wasn't deaf, not the mute boy, but it was the other. So when we think we understand something, when we think, oh yeah, moya, aha, I know, oh, I know. Be careful. I saw this thing. I just had this story here real quick. Viola Davis. She played a helper in this movie, and she said her closing line was, I can't remember anybody asking me, what's it like to be me? That's what I remember. Let's see, it says, the actual line was, nobody ever asked me, what's it like to be me? I thought, wow, that was so interesting and so insightful and so cool. And I thought, yeah. Oh, this is crazy. Somehow this lane here is like the crazy lane here. I don't know. And look, there's nobody's moving. Not one person is going to move here. They're all just sitting here like this, like little lemmings. We're all in this lane that's just not moving, and it's just crazy. So I'm going to go this way, I think. All right, I'll get on over there. At least I got some space here. Here we go. Going to move up a little bit here. All right, let's see. Hope it doesn't change. Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm out of the lane. Good. Kept it clear. Keeping it clear. All righty. Not an ostrich, and other images from America's Library. not an ostrich. You have a cat with a hat on. The Annenberg. Space for photography. Well, you got 2 minutes, and all these people on the side here are all going to get tickets because once it turns 4 o'clock, that's it. Well, do you have any questions for me? It's amazing when we look into our lives and how we can learn and grow and progress and mature because of insights that the Lord will give us. It's just really, really incredible what God is doing in my life through this desert time. I've been out in the desert First I was in the desert from church. Now I'm in the desert from the family. I'm just become a desert boy. Just call me Rat Boy. I'm just like a little rat out in the desert. Just incredible. I can't believe what God's allowing to happen. But I'm growing and learning, and I'm beginning to be a little wiser and more knowledgeable with I've really got that cough today. I gotta maybe take my little bit of medicine for my stomach. That would help it, I guess, huh? So I was with this man yesterday, and I felt like finally I'm a man. Finally I'm a real man. He's a real boy. I got no strings to turn me down. Yeah. Well. Bus dropping off a little kid there. What else did I say? I said the other thing I wrote down on a piece of paper was our bias. We're unaware of the prejudice and the bias that we have against certain people. We're unaware of the bias we have against certain people. Sexual bias, we just like men, or we just like women, we just like, old, we just like the young, we just like the Hispanics, or the Latins, we just like the Asians. There's just all this unaware bias And the bias, what it's doing is it's choking out our ability to listen, to hear, to understand, to want to comprehend what the experiences of other people are. It's really sad. We don't even want to hear or see the other person. We don't want to know the why of the other person. We want to just have what we have. We just want to do what we want to do. We just want to be what we want to be. And we don't want to take a look at the other person's point of view. I just mentioned Michael Weatherly's Bull on Channel 2 on Tuesday nights after NCIS. And so the thing is that Michael Weatherly put himself in the shoes of the other. There's El Camino, an old truck, Chevrolet truck. That's pretty cool. Maybe I can show it to you. Let's see if I can do that. It's gone now. It's a vapor. It's a vapor. I think we're going to come upon the vapor again, unless he disappears. I should be able to pass him. Take a look across. There's of course Escalade. Maybe he got away from us. Let's see. But it's like it was a really cool white El Camino. It was just like a low truck there, and really cool to see. I hadn't seen one in probably since the 70s, I think. I don't know for sure. This is Alvarado going northbound, and this is called LA traffic. We just crawl along at 0 miles an hour, and when we get going quick, we're going 4 or 5. You probably could get there faster walking, but tonight's going to be the service over there at the temple. So if you want to go to the temple and be there at, I think it's 7 o'clock, should have a nice speaker over there at Angelus Temple in Los Angeles. You can go over there and listen to the speaker and see what they're talking about with God and the country. And I think it's interesting, too, when you understand the perspective of the person who you're judging, then you'll kind of calm down a little bit. And rather than just seeing the wheelchair or seeing the race, the color of the skin, or seeing the 3 digits next to their name, or seeing whatever else it is that you think is so definitive of who this person is, you would be better served to ask questions.